So this is a series called Playing Through It. What we're gonna do is pick 2 hand traps, and then we're gonna play 3 hands, and we're just gonna see how far we can play through those 2 hand traps based off of them hitting us at the perfect spots. So what we're gonna do is shuffle the deck, get 3 random hands, and then just see if we can play through the hand traps. Today's hand traps are Ash Blossom and Ghost Belle. Let's get into it. All right, first hand, just so you guys can see, shuffling. No stacking of the deck, just so we know that it's random. Here's 5 cards. We got 5 cards there. Let's see what this first hand is. All right. It's not terrible. Definitely could be better. But this is what we're gonna do. I think we start by special summoning Lucina. We ask them anything on summon. They say no. We go Lucina's effect to add. I think the proper play for the person playing against us is to ash this. I could be wrong, but I think this puts them on have to have a normal summon because now this is in the center zone, or it puts us on tributing summoning for Tania or something like that. So I think they ash. So they ash us. So luckily we have the 1 power patron. We go normal summon power patron. Power patron effect, make it a level 9. Then we go synchro into our Fabled. On res, power patron's effect to add, we get our Tania. So now we go full Fiendsmith. We're gonna link to Requiem. We're gonna go Requiem effect, special out Lacrima, Lacrima effect, send Engraver. Now here, I feel like a lot of people, based off my experience with them, they're probably gonna Ghost Belle this, so we're gonna play it as them Ghost Belling this right here. We're gonna go Engraver effect, sending back Fabled. They'll go Ghost Belle. So now we just have Lacrima on field, no Engraver, and this is our graveyard, which is fine. We'll go special summon Tania, anything here, they have nothing. We're gonna activate Tania's effect. We'll place the spell. We'll activate the spell, sending Tania. We've already used this, so we special out Fortuna. Fortuna's effect, place the trap, and then now here, there's a few things we can do. Our graveyard, this is probably our most important thing in the graveyard right now, so what we're gonna do is we're going to activate the trap, sending this, targeting Power Patron. Power Patron comes back. Then we're gonna go into 7. Then we're going to activate effect. And me personally, I like Tania, so we're gonna special back that out. And then this is our end board through Ash and Belle, which isn't terrible. We got our special summon plus level modulate. We have our random hand banishment. We have an on-field Omni negate potentially, plus a monster reborn. And then the monsters we have, Fortuna engrave, Patron engrave, we have Lucina engrave, and then in our hand we have 1 more interaction. Wallace is probably just gonna be the fodder for the trap, so that is totally fine. But overall, like, this board isn't terrible, and playing through 2 hand traps like that isn't that bad. So yeah, this is our first hand through Ash and Belle, and I think it's still pretty solid. All right, hand number 2, again, so you guys can see I'm shuffling. I am not stacking the deck at all, and it's all random. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is our hand? All right, this might be a difficult hand. Sometimes this happens. It's not the greatest, but we will see. We were definitely going to get Ash and Belle pretty easily on this on this hand. So we're gonna go activate Engraver. It is 50-50. I don't think they're going to I don't think they're gonna ash this. I think they're gonna give us the track. So we go track, we're gonna go activate track, we're gonna add Engraver, and then they're gonna be like, okay, I see where they're at. We send Lurie, special Lurie, Lurie into Requiem, Requiem effect. They go ash. We're done. Okay. Sick. Have it normal summoned. Right here, I just have to hope that they don't have a Belle, which in this situation we know they do. So we're gonna go Engraver's effect, sending back Lurie, and they're gonna go Ghost Belle. So now, because of our hand, and because of what we have in our grave, which is pretty much nothing, we have the Fua and the Effect Veiler. So, in my mind, we pass on an empty board. They stopped us. We Fua them, hope they don't have another Ash or draw into another Ash. So we're gonna Fua them, and then hopefully Effect Veiler is good enough to stop one of their interactions that could put up a huge board. And then if Fua goes through, the next 3 cards aren't anything that stops them. So essentially, if Effect Veiler is enough to stop them from putting 8,000 on the board with 3 potential starters, then we're okay, but we're probably gonna lose this. If not, we do have a lot of follow-up, but sometimes it just happens like that. Like opening full of just 1 engine is just not really good with this deck. So overall, that was our first really bad hand, and it's okay. On to the next one. All right, so this is our 3rd hand. We're shuffling again to make sure it's all random. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope we get a good hand here. All right, I'm not mad at this. I am not mad at this. This is not a terrible hand. We'll see how things go here. So I'm gonna start going to main phase and I'm gonna activate Tract. They're not gonna ash it because they're going to let us use our Fiendsmith engine and waste resources. So we get Luried, send Lurie, Lurie comes back. Then we're gonna go link 1, link into Requiem, activate Requiem's effect, they ash, boom. Okay, Fiendsmith is done. So now we haven't normal summoned, we haven't summoned anything from the grave. So here is where I think I'm gonna go Prosperity, and I will send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll send these 6, which I switched up the deck list a little bit, so some of these cards you haven't seen in my list before, but these are the 6 that I will send. Because I went into the deck, I'll shuffle it real quick. Perfect. Opponent, they cut it. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of sucks. Depending on what we're playing against, I'd probably go either Ghost Belle or Effect Veiler. Let's just go Ghost Belle for this situation. And then we put these back. All right, so now this is what we have. We haven't normal summon, which is totally fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go special summon Tania, ask them, do you have anything? Nope. All right, Tania's effect. We're gonna place the spell. This is sick. All right, activate the spell, sending this for cost. They have nothing. Special Lucina, Lucina's effect, you get Fortuna, go special Fortuna, anything? Nope, they don't have anything. Fortuna's effect to place. So now they need to decide what they're gonna Belle, but we're gonna push them into that situation. We're gonna go normal summon Power Patron. So they know now we're gonna get the Synchro out. We're gonna go into 7. And then I personally don't know which one is better, like knowing this board, right? So if they Belle the Sterlitzia, because I'm about to go into Sterlitzia, if they Belle the Sterlitzia, it forces me to use other resources to get out another monster with the trap. I have 2 ways to special from the grave. So with what I have now, I think they either hold it for their turn so they can Belle this Omni Negate when they play something, right? Or they Belle the Sterlitzia and then force me to use other resources. So it's a 50-50, but for this case, we're gonna have them use the hand trap on this turn specifically. So I'm gonna activate Sterlitzia to special summon from grave. They're going to Belle it. So now I don't have that on the board. Now I'm gonna go trap, sending Lucina, targeting Tania. They don't have another Belle, so this comes back. The reason why I didn't send Droll or Ghost Belle is because these are 2 really good interactions. Lucina's a good interaction, but I can get it back on their turn, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's the reason why I sent that to get Tania instead of one of these 2 cards. I want to keep these 2 interactions in hand, and then I want to keep what I have on the board. So this is our end board, and honestly, I think it's pretty good, and I think it's almost the same as that first hand. I think if we can end with a hand rip and the trap on board, we're in a really good place. We do need that non-engine in hand too, so like if we don't draw any non-engine and we're trying to play through hand traps, it's kind of difficult on their turn to just continue to stop them, because essentially they have 3 interactions that they know that they're gonna play around, and this, if they do hold the Belle, is Belleable, and this is Belleable. So like 2 cards that lose hard to Ghost Belle. So if they have a second Ghost Belle for their turn, it really hurts this deck. But overall, I think this is a good end board. I don't think we could have done much more than what we did here. So this is our 3rd hand, and that is our first playing through it video. Honestly, this is one thing that I've done a lot with my other decks to just get better at the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have not been doing it a lot with this deck, which I figured why not start doing it now? And if I'm starting to do this now, why not share it with you guys? I figured I'm gonna do this with all the different hand traps. We're gonna put nib, droll, imperm, effect veiler, any hand trap that you can think of. We're gonna do 2 ofs and play through them and see where our end boards are. Obviously, like, I can't control the hands that I'm getting because we're doing random shuffles, and I'm showing you guys that. Like, that second hand with just the entire Fiendsmith engine was pretty difficult to play through an Ashe and a Belle when both those just completely stop that engine. Not having any other follow-up is very difficult. It shows you the realness of like the hands that we can potentially get and how we can potentially play through things. The first and the last hand are way more normal than that second hand. Obviously, like drawing 2 engraver, a lurry, and a tract is really difficult to play into anything, but we do play the bridge. So if they had no hand traps, we go full combo still, but in this case, they had Ashe and Belle, which completely stopped it. Those first and second hands, we ended up with the Sterlitzia, a hand rip, the trap on field, and 2 in hand still, which is still really good. Depending on the 2 in hand, those like 4 or 5 interactions that we have could potentially completely stop them on their turn and then give us a turn back. I think that's one thing that this deck excels at. If they don't break our board and don't get everything off the board, we have a lot of follow-up, which is really nice. So I'm gonna continue to make these videos, and I'm gonna continue to upgrade the deck list and change them out. So I'll probably make the most updated deck list for next week, and then potentially have 2 or 3 more of these videos playing through like imperm and nib and those hand traps. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of the series because I'm definitely gonna enjoy sharing my thoughts on how to play through certain hand traps and even getting your guys' feedback. So make sure you guys are commenting along the way, and just let me know your thoughts on how I play through things and the boards I've finished with, because obviously if we can make the board better, I definitely want to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, a rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.